All right, here I am back at High Point University in beautiful High Point, North Carolina for an early spring day. We just opened up our hips. Now it's time for Hanumanasana, full splits for High Point, Hanuman for High Point. So this is more of a hip, hamstring stretch and a hip flexor opening. So we'll start off this one, downward facing dog. And the idea behind this is to stretch out the hamstrings, lifting your hips up and back behind you, lengthening your spine, pressing into the tips of your fingers and your finger mouth. That's going to protect your wrist. So you can bend one knee, letting one heel drop, bending the other knee, letting the other heel drop. Anything that feels good, opening up your hamstrings. Some people feel this in their low back. Over time, you'll feel it in different places in your body. That's why this is such a simple pose, but every time you do it, it will be different. Inhale, lengthen your right leg straight back behind you. And the idea behind this is not just to lengthen your spine, but also to work your left heel down and stretch your left thigh, left hamstring, just a little bit more. Lengthen out. Lengthen out. All right, now bring the right foot forward, plant it between your hands, sinking down into your hip. Sinking down, down. The back knee comes down. Pull the left knee towards the right heel. As you lift up, maybe you bring your hands onto your thigh, sinking your hips down and forward. You're stretching this front hip flexor here. You're stretching it all out as much as you can. Stretching out that front hip flexor because you're going to really be using that. And then straightening the right leg into your hamstring stretch, a little deeper hamstring stretch on the right side here. This is Ardha Hanuman, or half hamstring stretch, or half full split, that is. Ardha Hanumanasana. In Sanskrit, Ardha means half. All right, bending that knee, and then stepping it back into your three-legged dog, getting a nice stretch in the back of your left hamstring again, and then your right foot comes down, working on your down dog, noticing the difference between the sides. Your left leg lifts up, working your right heel down, working your right thigh back. And the reason this is just getting a nice deep stretch here. Steady breath in and out, steady breath. All right, now swinging the left foot forward. Plant it between your hands. Your right knee comes down, pressing the knee down, pulling it towards your left heel as you sink your hips down and forward. Down and forward. Steady breath. All right, straightening the left leg into your hamstring stretch here. Your Ardha Hanumanasana. Pulling the left hip back and the right hip forward. Just sinking deeper and deeper into this pose. All right, now it's to be warmed up. So if you have a block, I recommend, this is a pose you really want to be very careful in because you can damage yourself if you are not prepared. And just take your time with this pose. It took me a year to do this pose and I didn't even realize that I wanted to do it. Now that I do it, I realize that it feels really good to open up your hamstring that much more. It's just a really deep hamstring stretch. So bring your right foot forward, your left knee is back. Anywhere you feel tension, that's where you want to stop. You don't want to overdo this. If you have a block, maybe a block for your hands, maybe a block right underneath your right hip here, so that you can sink down on it. Your block has 3 different levels. That's how I did it. I did it at the top level, and then the middle level, and the bottom level. But you want to stretch, straighten your leg, and eventually you'll be able to come all the way down to the ground. So just be gentle with yourself. You don't want to stress and strain and struggle with this one because you'll hurt yourself if you pull a hamstring at the back. You can bring your hands by your side. You can lift them up, push back. You want to try to keep your hips square to the front though. Steady breath. Just stay here for as long as you can, maybe 6 breaths. And then we'll release. Stretching that leg out, taking that leg any way you need to. Moving to the other side. The left foot comes forward. Sinking down. Alright. Straightening that left leg. Ardha Hanuman. Being gentle. And then the leg goes forward. You might need to place a towel underneath your heel because you're sticking that sometimes to cause some resistance there. We want to avoid resistance wherever possible. Coming all the way down, one side will be different than the other, and be okay with it. Steady breath. And now, just getting a deep stretching your hamstrings. Ardha Hanumanasana. Arm. Now come on. Steady breath. Just making some yoga tutorials. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, yeah. And it's just a beautiful day, right? Where are y'all from?
Delaware.
Delaware. Well, welcome. Welcome to North Carolina. And as you're ready, release. Stretching out that leg anywhere you need to. And coming down. Hanuman, again, it's the monkey god, half monkey, half man, helped Rama and Sita in their quest in Hindu teachings. And he made one giant leap across a huge body of water to save Sita from Ravana. And that's why it's called Hanumanasana. So you're taking one giant leap from one continent to the other. So it's also a nice hamstring stretch. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. It's a beautiful day here at High Point, North Carolina, the furniture capital of the world. But it's also got a heck of a university, thanks to Nito Cobain, who's built this place up. I can remember when I was a kid, sitting in this spot, I would be in the middle of a street, but this street is closed down and they've built all these beautiful facilities and buildings. I hope you get an opportunity. This is a crown jewel of High Point, as well as the nation, if you haven't gotten an opportunity to look at it. Thank you very much. Hope you all have a great day. Enjoy your Hanuman. Have a good time. Be careful with it. You don't want to hurt yourself. Ahimsa, non-harming. Have a great day. I look forward to seeing you somewhere on your mat real soon. Namaste.